I am Jim Tomberlin, multi-site and merger strategist here at the Unstuck Group. The concept of one church meeting in multiple locations is not new. It began in Acts chapter 2 with the church in Jerusalem that had grown to a church of several thousand, meeting in many locations. This one church, multiple locations concept has seen many expressions throughout church history as church leaders adapted to changing cultural realities and leveraged technological advances. Now, it's clear that the COVID-19 pandemic has especially shifted the landscape of church as a whole and multi-site specifically. So what does multi-site look like in the future, especially as it relates to physical campuses? Well, let's look at the facts. COVID may have finally cured us of our addiction to unsustainable mega campuses. We've become more aware of the fact that buildings don't reach people, people reach people. And also that buildings don't generate income, but life-changing ministry does. The popularity of online giving demonstrates that you don't have to come to a building to give your tithes and offerings. Now, it's clear that the financial sustainable model for multi-site churches is launching big in small facilities with multiple services. So it's my prediction going forward that new church buildings will be smaller, simpler, multi-purpose, multi-venue, and community-centric. When it comes to multi-site campuses, small is the new big. Not only is small the new big, though, but community-centric is the new priority. You see, multi-siting is all about taking church to the people, to the communities where people live, where they live. So when it comes to facilities, the multi-site mindset is, let's acquire buildings to serve the community in addition to serving our church family. In other words, let's be community-centric and multi-purpose in the use of our buildings rather than being single-purpose and congregation-centric. Let's make our facilities a community-centered center where we also do church. Let's not just try to be the best church we can in the community, but let's strive to be the best church we can for the community. These kind of churches look for ways to serve their communities with their buildings, like renting space to a preschool or childcare provider during the week, turning their welcome center into a community cafe, offering after-school mentoring programs, sharing space with nonprofit organizations like food banks and clothing centers, or leasing office and parking space to local businesses. These kind of churches are not just in the community, they are for the community. Now, you know, the biggest obstacle in going multi-site is finding a facility. Pre-COVID, 50% of multi-site campuses started portable in a school or theater, which is now becoming more challenging in the COVID era. Now, schools and theaters are a great place to start a congregation, start a multi-site campus, but not a great place to grow one after about 2 years. The goal of any new church or campus is to land in a 24/7 location as soon as possible. Now, we also have seen 40% of multi-site campuses have come about through a church merger, and that's increasing in this new normal. Now, when it comes to cost, should multi-site churches buy, build, or rent facilities? Here are a couple rules of thumb. Renting a facility is usually a whole lot cheaper than buying one, and buying an existing building is definitely more cost-effective than buying land and building a new facility. So what do multi-site churches look for in a facility? First of all, multi-site churches don't need large facilities. That's one of the compelling reasons to multi-site. All they need are buildings where they can do multiple services in a building that's in the 15 to 30,000 square foot range to accommodate 400 to 600 seats with corresponding children's space, generous lobby space for people to connect, and adequate parking. Now, when it comes to multi-site campuses in the new normal, small is the new big, and community-centric is the new priority.